Hello guys and welcome. I hope that you are doing well. My name is I play 4K, AK I play 8K, AK I play 16K or UHD King. During this video I'm going to show you CSGO PC game running in 16K resolution rendered in real time, which is 133 megapixels rendered in real time with the help of single TiTAN RTX video card and Intel i9 9900K overclock at 5.3 GHz at maximum possible fastest scenario by UHD King Tune and very aggressive DDR4 3300 MHz CL11. 3300 MHz CL11 for DDR4 with the 50 gigabytes per second bandwidth. Okay, this is just unbelievable. During this video, I'm going to show you all kind of different presets in this Counter-Strike Global Offensive PC game. So we're going to start with the low preset, medium preset, and maximum visual preset, and in the end, we're going to underline it with the 8x MSA anti-aliasing. Okay, I'm recording this video today with Nvidia Shadowplay that was modified to record the video in 8K resolution. So please watch this video. Just switch in your YouTube player to 4320p or 8K resolution for the maximum possible clearness and visuals. Okay, I'm going to show you guys grand final. Let me show it to you under the majors. It's going to be 2016 in Germany, Cologne, ESL Championship, SK Gaming versus the Team Liquid. This is going to be the final. I'm going to include in the video description link for you to download if you would like to benchmark the same. But pretty much it's going to be a benchmark. We're looking at the values at the right top corner throughout this video, and this is the world's first 16K video resolution in Counter-Strike Global Offensive PC game. Why? I'm going to explain to you, because you will tell me that UHD King already recorded the world's first 16K resolution back in 2020. Let me explain to you guys in a second. So we're going to start with this demo, because this demo I was benching, and yes I did, with the RTX 2080 Ti video card. I was benching this demo and with two RTX 2080 Ti video cards as well, and SLI. But that video was DSR through a Gedosato open source DSR technology. Okay, and this method through Nvidia DSR, and I believe that Nvidia and Jensen Huang, which is the founder and CEO of Nvidia, knows exactly how to do the resolution, and pretty much the Nvidia driver is forcing the game to render. Let me guys use the command real quick, 1 second. Let me use the command. I'm going to disable unnecessary stuff. CL underscore draw hood space 0, enter, zoom out. Here we go. So he understand that. So pretty much guys, and he knows exactly how to do the video resolution. And just before the signal sent throughout the port on the video card through your cable to your native screen, it's rendering that game in 16K resolution, and this is at the right top corner exactly what it takes to render this in 16K resolution. Okay, and then a downscaling, which is also done through the GPU and pretty much takes 1% of the CUDA cores and GPU load, not that biggie, and does it like in a second without any delay, pretty fast. Okay, so downscaling, it's no problem from 16K resolution to 8K resolution, and I'm running it on the native 8K resolution display right now, and we're not losing the quality when you're downscaling. You're losing the quality when you're upscaling, and upscaling is not real that resolution, it's just upscaling. Sometimes you can use the artificial intelligence, which is even better upscaling than regular upscaling, but still not as good as native resolution, which is 16K resolution achieved today through the DSR, and then downscale to 8K resolution. So guys, this is exactly how much hardware takes to do that. And it doesn't matter if your native screen resolution is 16K or 8K resolution. If you're going to render on your system to 16K resolution, this is exactly how much, you know, resources you need to achieve something like that. Okay, and the single TiTAN RTX video card, which is tuning GPU architecture, is amazing video card, and the first GPU architecture, by the way, from the Nvidia that allow us to play CSGO PC game in 16K resolution rendered in real time, which is 132.7 megapixels to be exact, 15,360 times 8,640 pixels. Okay, which is 16K UHD. And yeah, look at this. And that video, RTX 2080 Ti video card, and that was showing 60 FPS, 65 on average on this level at low preset. Keep in mind, it was done through Gedosato tool, DSR tool, open source, that is not equal to Nvidia tool, and as again, it's showing double FPS, and it's showing 2.7 times less video RAM usage. And I believe maybe it's cheating, maybe it's not real 16K achieved through Gedosato tool. A lot of people knows what is Gedosato tool, so pretty much it's like Nvidia DSR, but nobody knows. But I was running it earlier in Counter-Strike Global Offensive PC game and in Half-Life 2. Now I'm going to run only Nvidia DSR because Nvidia DSR makes sense at the right top corner. So right now at low possible preset, our VRAM utilization is almost 12,000 megabytes, which is 12 gigabytes. Completely makes sense. Okay, and you can see my system RAM usage is below 10,000 megabytes. Keep in mind, when I'm going to overload my VRAM on a single TiTAN RTX video card, which is maximum allowed 24,680 6, I believe, 89, 88 megabytes, but we will never reach to that point because the Nvidia driver and Windows operating system is going to offload some data from the VRAM into the system RAM before it's going to overload the VRAM and crash the game into the blue screen or just shut down the game. Keep that in mind, which is a nice feature, but as again, system RAM is much slower than the video RAM, and in our case, by default, the TiTAN RTX GDDR6 is pushing 670 gigabytes per second, while my DDR4 is pushing 50 gigabytes per second at the maximum possible scenario, which is DDR4 and dual channel. So you can imagine by 12 times at least, GDDR6 is faster. So offloading the data that was designed for that speed into the DDR4, you're gonna slow everything down. So when you're going to call it up, everything will be slow. So you're going to lose in terms of the FPS, and you're going to lose in terms of the latency delay, and you're gonna see it. Okay, so that's why RTX 2080 Ti running 16K resolution above low preset could be crashing when you're using the Nvidia DSR method. And Nvidia DSR method, as again by UHD King's decision, is the closest to the native resolution as possible, because Jensen Huang, Nvidia CEO and founder, knows exactly what he is doing, and he's producing the video cards that actually producing that signal. Okay, so as you can see, guys, we are above 40 FPS average. I really like this train level in CSGO. I'm not the CSGO player, keep that in mind. I'm more Quake-ish player, but I'm using it a lot, and a lot of people playing this game, this PC game, and I'm using it a lot as my benchmark to test the hardware, to test the video card, CPUs. So go ahead and subscribe if you're a CSGO fan, and if you're PC hardware enthusiast, or if you're looking to build a nice system for CSGO and CSGO is the only game that you're playing. Keep in mind that I'm going to record every single grand final on 2 TiTAN RTX and SLI in 16K resolution, and it will be available over the UHDking.com YouTube channel, so go ahead and check it out. As well, guys, what kind of UHD King without the domain name 15,360 times 8,640.com? And this is my domain name for you to check out 16K resolutions, guys. And pretty much when I'm going to push the technology to its limits. And 16K resolution is pretty much the future. The year is 2027 probably. And keep in mind that in 2027 nobody will play console games or PC games. Everybody will be set at the mobile games plus AR. So it's going to be glasses, it's going to be phones, pads like iPads, iPhones, Android, tablets, and the visuals will be the same as you can see right now in any games. Will be achievable on your mobile devices as well as through the AR glasses. But more about it will be available over the UHDking.com. As again, UHDking.com YouTube channel is not only about the PC games, it's going to be about the IT, information technology, it's going to be software development, graphics design, 3D animation and modeling, 3D graphics, game development, app development, mobile app development, mobile games development, web development. So you don't want to miss, guys, any cool videos that will be released over the UHDking.com. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button, like this video, share it with your friends, especially if your friends CSGO fans. They don't want to miss that. This video is amazing. So pretty much technically this is the world's first 16K resolution. But as again, maybe Gedosato is achieving 16K resolution through a special memory compressions and such, but I don't believe that he can achieve something better than Nvidia developers can achieve. Okay, but if he is achieving 16K resolution, as again, it's not possible on the DirectX 11 API anyways, and I only use it over the UHDking YouTube channel for the Half-Life 2 and CSGO. No longer will be using that. I'm going to use the Nvidia DSR technology. But anyways, I'm going to record actually CSGO PC game in Gedosato on a single TiTAN RTX in 16K resolution, 10K, 12K, 8K, as well as with the two TiTAN RTXs in SLI, besides the Nvidia DSR at the same resolutions, which is 8K video resolution, 10K video resolution, 12K video resolution, 16K video resolution. 12K video resolution will be amazing because I'm going to record it with the resolution of the 3 8K video resolution screens in a vertical mode that you don't want to miss, guys, and FPS will be like mind-blowing. And keep in mind that RTX 3090 video card will be 1.9 times faster in terms of the FPS at the right top screen at any time in this game. 1.9 times faster. Okay, so multiply it by 1.9 times. RTX 3090. Okay, and RTX 3090 Ti will be at least 2 times. And secondary TiTAN RTX and SLI through the NVLink, because CSGO PC game is running DirectX 9 API and is capable for the SLI natively, will be 1.9 times at least. If the GPU will be utilized at 99%, like we are utilizing the GPU right now, that means that it's going to be 1.95 times in terms of the FPS, but we're going to find out. To be honestly, you just go ahead and watch that video. I'm going to include the video in video description or in video comments. Anyways, let's go ahead and switch it now. We're going to switch to a medium. I'm going to reboot the game every time. So you saw everything what you need to see, and I'm going to real quick change the presets. We're going to do the medium. Medium presets. Okay. Like that. I'm going to apply that, and I'm going to shut down the game and restart pretty much the game with a medium preset. Every time I'm going to switch the preset, I'm going to reboot the game. So we're going to see the actual FPS just in case, because what I find out when you're running 16K resolution, the shaders is going to pretty much preload the shaders, and it's not okay. Let's go ahead and restart the game. So 16K resolution running full screen windowed mode, because at full screen it's flickering, and even some games that running 16K resolution at full screen natively, guys, sometimes running at full screen windowed mode and it's faking for you. So make sure that your desktop resolution is set to 16K resolution, just like my desktop resolution set today. In a second I'm going to show it to you, and we're going to go through my PC hardware specifications such as CPU-Z application, IDA64 application, benchmark tool. I'm going to show you all those applications in a second, but pretty much medium preset. Okay, let's go ahead and execute that grand final again. And as again, I'm going to use the command CL underscore draw hood 0 in my console to remove that necessary CL underscore draw hood space 0, enter to remove unnecessary stuff. Alright, let's go ahead and have a look. Medium preset. So we are stressing now GPU to the much heavier scenarios, and FPS will go down a little bit, as again FPS is frames per second. We want to keep as high as possible, and milliseconds, which is ms after the FPS value, we want to keep as low as possible because it's latency delay in milliseconds between the hardware and software. Hardware such as video card, CPU, system RAM, video RAM, and then the software, which is the operating system, which is Microsoft Windows 10, 64 professional, and then DirectX 9 API. So all of this creating the latency before each frame is rendered, and it's at the right top corner, guys. Self-explanatory. So let me real quick go ahead and talk to you a little bit and provide available information about the RTX 2080 Ti video card and Titan RTX. So pretty much the FPS will be 10% lower on the RTX 2080 Ti video card if RTX 2080 video card can go in 16K resolution above medium preset. I don't have any longer the RTX 2080 video cards. Unfortunately, I sold them, and it was a big mistake. I better kept them and use them as my additional mining firm. But by the way, for those who's curious, the Bitcoin mining on a single Titan RTX video card will be 65 megahash per second in 2021 and 2022 with the complexity, with that level of difficulty per this type of years. And otherwise at stock it's 55 megahash per second, but with the UHD King tune on the Titan RTX that doesn't reach above 65 Celsius, you're going to reach 65 megahash per second. And two of them 130 megahertz per second, and single RTX 3090 video card does 125 megahertz per second, and it can be overclocked to 140 megahertz per second. So pretty much single RTX 3090 video card with the overclock is outperforming two Titan RTX's video cards while mining the Bitcoin, as well as pretty much in gaming scenarios and ray tracing scenarios and any kind of imaginable scenarios. And RTX 3090 Ti video card, guys, will be even faster than that. So RTX 3090 Ti video card is at least 2 times right now the FPS that you can see at the right top corner if I'm going to install the single video card. And single video card, for those people who doesn't understand, is always will be better scenario than SLI, than 2 video cards, because pretty much it's going to consume less power and it will perform constantly with that type of performance at any games, at any real-time rendering APIs that you can see in any games, while SLI only works in DirectX 9, DirectX 10, DirectX 11 APIs and Vulkan APIs sometimes in OpenGL, and that's it, only sometimes. So single video card will be always better. But anyways, RTX 2080 Ti video card was introduced in August 2018, and it was only $1,000 for the Founders Edition. And Titan RTX was introduced in the end of 2018, in December 2018, and it was $2,500. I purchased it in 2019. Okay. And pretty much this was possible in 2019. Turing GPU architecture is the first GPU architecture in RTX 2080 Ti video card or in Titan RTX, because pretty much it's going to be similar GPUs, but Titan RTX will feature GPU that will be 256 CUDA cores more, and then it will have more ray tracing cores, and it will have the GDDR6 with 384-bit bandwidth instead of 352-bit bandwidth on RTX 2080 Ti video card. And RTX 2080 Ti video card will produce 620 gigabytes per second data transfer bandwidth through the GDDR6, while the same GDDR6 on the Titan RTX will produce 679 gigabytes per second data transfer by default, but right now we're running 660. I mean, right now we're running 760 gigabytes per second. We receive almost 100 gigabytes per second boost through our overclock right now, and pretty much we receive twice as fast as my DDR4 can achieve ever bandwidth throughout it at maximum possible aggressive timings, and pretty much the maximum possible scenario of DDR4 system memory RAM for the 9 series Intel CPUs and i9-9900K. Keep that in mind, especially. So this is pretty much the maximum possible fastest scenario for the i9-9900K. Okay, at gaming scenario, because 6 cores, 6 threads. If you're talking as workstation, of course you want to enable maximum cores possible and enable the hyper-threading technology. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and switch now to high preset. So medium preset was excellent. The FPS was excellent for the single TiTAN RTX video card, because when we're going to add additional TiTAN RTX video card and run 2 TiTAN RTX video cards in a slide through the NVLink, FPS will be almost double, and the milliseconds latency delay will be cut in twice as well in terms of the milliseconds. So the results are amazing for such a video card, and as again, this is the RTX first generation video cards by Nvidia that is capable to run CSGO PC game or Counter-Strike Global Offensive PC game in 16K resolution and make it playable, especially when 2 video cards used in SLI through the Nvidia NVLink. Okay, so I'm switching now everything to very high, to the maximum possible visuals. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. We tested on low, we tested on medium. Now we're gonna go ahead and test on maximum possible visuals. Almost there, just like that, without the anti-aliasing. I'm gonna apply that. I'm gonna reboot the game. We're gonna have a look, and then I'm going to apply the anti-aliasing real quick, just because it's world's first 16K resolution that is considered as good as native 16K FPS and performance for a similar system. I decided to go ahead and go with it to every single preset, so every single preset will be tested. As again, this video is not to make it as fast as possible. This video to make as informative as possible, to provide as much information as possible for those people who's looking to build, use but excellent gaming systems in the future. Okay, by the way, let me real quick go ahead and show you what kind of system I'm running real quick. So this is the system I'm running. As you can see, TiTAN RTX was overclocked plus 100 MHz on the GPU and plus 1000 MHz additional on the VRAM, which is the video RAM, equally 2000 MHz. From 14,000 MHz we went to 16,000 MHz on the VRAM. Increase our bandwidth. In a second I'm going to show you exactly how we increase our bandwidth. But today I was running the Intel i9-9900K overclock at 5.3 GHz, 5300 MHz with 53 multiplier for the external frequency and 52 multiplier for the AVX2 instruction frequency, which is 5.2 GHz or 5200 MHz for the AVX2 instructions, which is unheard of for the 9 series and very fast at anything, if you will ask me. 6 core, 6 threads, stable at any games, not freezing, not blue screen ever. So I disabled 2 cores, otherwise it would be running 16 threads and 8 physical cores. I'm running only physical cores. When you're playing games, you want to get rid of the hyper-threading technology for the fast possible FPS if CPU is not utilized above 90% ever. If you never see the CPU utilized above 90%, do not add additional core. Remove the cores and increase the frequency, because the frequency is the key in PC gaming. Okay, and then the cores, especially if you're not bottlenecking, as again, if you're not loading in terms of your overall CPU utilization above 90%. And you saw my overall CPU utilization never reached 30%. So 6 core, 6 threads is more than enough, because the higher resolution, the lower core usage somehow. This is what I find out, guys, throughout my test throughout the 2015 when I played with 4 TiTAN X Maxwell GPU architecture, and for the first time when I saw 16K resolution. okay, and compare the resolutions, okay, and find out the algorithms and formulas. And this is what I find out: the higher resolution, the less CPU cores you need. Keep that in mind. So motherboard will be Maximus 11 here. Memory will be 3300 megahertz, which is 1650 times 2. CL11 aggressive DDR4 timing, as again the fastest possible for DDR4 system RAM, 1T command. The CPU cache frequency per each core was running 48 multiplier, was outputting 4800 megahertz, 4.8 gigahertz, unheard of because stock is 4300 multiplier, 4300 megahertz. Keep that in mind. I was running system RAM in dual channel, which is 128-bit. Okay. How I achieved that? Only because I was using the Corsair 5000 megahertz DDR4 CL18, which is Micron technology, not Samsung. So it's kind of hard to achieve that frequency on this motherboard. Unheard of, not achievable, only possible on MSI, godlike for Ryzen 5000 series CPUs. Keep that in mind. Okay. And I have a doubt about it, but Micron technology is capable to push very low latency, and this is how I achieve that latency throughout this process, as you can see. So I gained that benefit. Okay, then again, TiTAN RTX base, as you can see, 7000 megahertz plus times 2, 14,000 megahertz, but just because overclock additional 1000 megahertz on the VRAM, which is video RAM. So 8,000 times 2, 16,000 output. GDDR6, 384 bits. Comparing to RTX 2080 Ti is going to be 352 bits, and it's going to be 620 gigabytes per second bandwidth, and throughout GDDR6 maximum push, whatever the GPU needed. Comparing on TiTAN RTX, 779 gigabytes per second, but because it's overclocked right now, pushing 769 gigabytes per second, additional 100 gigabytes per second throughout the overclock. Okay, and bench is again single thread. This is what we're looking for. Real quick, let me compare with the stock i9-9900K. This is the stock i9-9900K. As you can see, we're dominating almost by 100 points. Single thread performance, this is exactly what you're looking when we are talking about the gaming performance. Keep that in mind. Let me compare some other CPUs just to see how fast I am, to show you how fast I am. It's crazy fast, as you can see. And 10900K, wow, dominating by 40 points. Wow. I'm so fast, guys, like unbelievable fast. Just for those people, extra bonus content, don't forget to smash that like button for the enthusiast. And yeah, 6 core 6 threads, exactly gaming rocket. To achieve 43 nanoseconds, guys, you cannot achieve below 44 nanoseconds with 12,900K CPU that was released by Intel in 2020, and my CPU that was released in the end of 2018, that I purchased 2018, is capable to achieve 43 nanoseconds with this type of presets. This is kind of average results. And nanoseconds, which is NS, we want to keep as low as possible. This is the latency delays again. The bandwidth read, write, and copy, as you can see, 50 gigabytes per second on average, or 50,000 megabytes. This is unheard of because the quad channel, my 2 Xeons E5 2699 V3 quad channel DDR4 2166 megahertz CL14 achieving 50,000 megabytes per second. This is unheard of fast. And for DDR4, compared with your results, DDR4, you will find out. Alright, guys, pretty much that's it. TiTAN RTX was overclocked. This is i64 TiTAN RTX versus this i9-9900K, 5.3 GHz external frequency, 5.2 GHz AVX2 instructions, and only 6 cores. Of course, more cores, data will be higher here, and bandwidth on level 1, level 2, level 3 cache will be higher if I'm going to add 2 cores, just like i9-9900K is designed. But this type of results will be great as workstation. Keep that in mind, not in our scenarios. And of course, it's not going to be stable. That's why I disable 2 cores in the BIOS to keep 5.3 gigahertz frequency stable, to keep it future, to keep it faster than 12,900K can run from stock. Keep that in mind. So pretty much, guys, that's it. Let me show you my desktop resolution is again set to 16K resolution, and we're gonna keep moving. 15,360 times 8,640.com. This is the main channel, the main name that I have, guys, as UHD King. What kind of UHD King without the domain name? Let's go ahead and get back to Counter-Strike. Let me show you the Steam. By the way, this is the soundtrack that I'm running today, all right reserved, no royalties can be claimed, provided by YouTube. White hats, Wayne Jones. The audio track, the soundtrack, no royalties can be claimed, all right reserved for the commercial usage. And let me show you the, I guess I'm going to show you real quick the Steam. Yeah, let me show you real quick, guys, the Steam. This is going to be how the Steam looks like on 8K resolution screen. Everything is so small and just unbelievable. And we're gonna go ahead and execute the Counter-Strike, and with the highest maximum possible visuals, the last set, and then anti-aliasing to the maximum possible visuals. Cannot wait to benchmark it, guys, with the two TiTAN RTXs and SLI. It's going to be amazing. Okay, so as again, this video is dedicated to CSGO fans. Go ahead and smash that like button, share it with your friends if they are CSGO fans, hardware PC, hardware enthusiasts as well. So let's go ahead and double make sure I showed you everything what you need to know. No more hardware stuff. We're gonna go and benchmark it. Look how small my mouse cursor. This is just unbelievable. Guys, make sure that your desktop resolution sets 16K resolution, and make sure that you're going to run the benchmark in full screen windowed mode, because full screen will show you a little bit higher FPS by a little bit. I would say 5%, not that biggie. As you can see, everything maximum possible preset. Go ahead and do the same preset just like I have without the anti-aliasing, and we are ready. Let's go ahead and execute the Grand Final train level from Germany, Cologne, 2016. Grand Final CSGO. Let's go ahead, guys, and have a look. I'm going to execute with the command CS_drawhood space 0 to get rid of the nonsense information. CL_drawhood space 0. Here we go. Let's go ahead and have a look, guys, and now we're going to pay attention at the right top corner. This is the maximum possible visuals. As you can see, my video card utilizing above 300 watts. This is the correct information, guys. So the information that you can see at the right top corner throughout this video is absolutely correct information. Everything was verified by me. I'm using the crazy voltage on the CPU. Maximum voltage is allowed 1.48 volts. Keep that in mind. To keep that 5.3 gigahertz, it's only possible with 6 core, and you gotta use voltage way above 1.45 volts. But as again, this is not the mechanics, this is electronics. Electronics, if it can hold it, then it can hold it forever. Keep that in mind. The temperature can ruin that, the PCB, and ruin the electronics. If the temperature is fine, you're Gucci. So we are Gucci here. So as you can see, way above 40 FPS average. This is amazing. Maximum possible preset. GPU scaled at 99%, which is excellent GPU utilization. Amazing. If it's going to scale like this with two TiTAN RTXs and SLI, our boost will be in SLI 1.95 times, which will be amazing. As again, RTX 3090 video card will show here 1.9 times, and RTX 3090 Ti will show at least 2 times in FPS. So it's going to be 2 times in FPS at least, and RTX 3090 video card in the 2023 will show here 3 times of FPS. When you're comparing this FPS, just 3 times. So 90 FPS and 16K resolution when you're running RTX 4090 is just unheard of, guys. But pretty much Nvidia RTX 4000 series video cards will be the last video cards for the PC gamers and PC hardware enthusiasts before they're going to be converted into the mobile gaming device users, into the mobile gamers, into the mobile device hardware enthusiasts. Okay, and this is how I see it, guys. And believe me or not, as again, I'm a PC gamer since 1992 and a PC hardware enthusiast since 1996, the year when for the first time I built my first 386 IBM computer that couldn't run Quake and Doom because it didn't have the co-processor. It was only possible on 486 computers. All those PC hardware reviewers even don't know this type of nuances, because during that time they didn't pay attention that much into the gaming. Keep that in mind. They just faking. But over the UHDking.com, you are receiving the real information. You're receiving the true PC hardware enthusiasm as a hobby, if it's your hobby, or the true professional information, so you can speculate on that data and information, especially right now in real time, every single second updated for you. And I'm going to improve that, guys, informative screen for you and in the future. But as again, the purpose of this video, of course, not the game, but even if I'm showing you the grand final, but when I'm going to show every single grand final over the UHDking.com in 16K resolution, I'm not going to be commenting. Over here we're commenting, we're reviewing the video card. Everybody is understand, as well as we are reviewing the 9900K, because a lot of users, low budget users, will be building these PCs in the middle or end of 2023, when TiTAN RTX video card will not be fast enough to mine the Bitcoin. It's going to be end of 2023, beginning of 2024, and the TiTAN RTX video card will cost around $700. It's going to be a great value if the RTX 3080 video card will cost above $700, and RTX 3080 video card pretty much is not going to be a good for you if you're looking to play 8K resolution and above, because you're looking to have at least 24 GB of video RAM, and it's not possible on RTX 3080 or 3080 Ti video card. And if the RTX 3090 is still expensive, above $1,000, then way above $1,000, and there is a possibility this is how it's going to be, because as you can see, just because of the crypto, even if the Bitcoin will be too complex to mine, people will switch their video cards to mine something else, and pretty much the rush is not going to be over, never. So this video cards will be expensive, and hopefully this information will be available to anyone. But remember that if you buy in TiTAN RTX video cards, you only buy them in two. If you're looking to have something one, you better buy RTX 3080. You're good to go, or RTX 3080 Ti to dominate. You will be faster than single RTX TiTAN RTX. Keep that in mind, because the RTX 3080 Ti is the second generation of the RTX video cards, while TiTAN RTX is the first generation, but the king of the first generation. TiTAN RTX is only good, TiTAN RTX is only good when you're going to utilize the 24 GB of VRAM, which is the video RAM. It's going to be great in the octane mining through the blender, through the GPU, through the video card, which is the best, better than CPU rendering through the blender, or when you're going to play games in 8K resolution and above, and a lot of your games will be released newer than 2016. Okay, TiTAN RTX cannot handle games that in 16K resolution that was released in 2020 or newer. You're going to look at least 48 GB of VRAM. As again, this is, guys, the information provided to you through my experience, and hopefully you appreciate that. But anyways, we saw the FPS was crazy. It was utilizing beautifully 99% per GPU. This is exactly how we want to do it. As again, utilization for GPU, we want to keep at 99% or 100% constantly. Fan rotation was running 100%, but GPU was running at 99%, which is beautiful. 99% is good. We are almost losing 1%, which is like 16 CUDA cores. It's fine. We can live with that, right? But CPU utilization, you want to keep constantly below 90%. If you're going to receive the CPU utilization, and you can see my overall CPU utilization never reached 30%. But if you're going to receive the overall CPU utilization above 90%, or you will see 90% somehow, you got to add additionally 2 cores. Keep that in mind. Or CPU with the newer generation that can process more instruction per core will be good enough. But as again, only this type of scenario. So you understand that type of algorithms, right? I just explained to you how you're choosing the CPU, and especially when we're talking 8K resolution and above. The higher resolution, the lower CPU cores you're using, but the higher frequency will play a big role in terms of your FPS. Keep that in mind, because you can push more bandwidth, you can push more data, and it is going to help for you to communicate between your GPU and CPU and system RAM. Hopefully, guys, this makes sense. Anyways, we're Gucci here. Let me quit that, and I'm going to switch now. I'm going to do the 8x MSAA, and we're going to reboot the game again. Maximum possible visuals. It's going to be a great test, especially for the future. So multi-sampling anti-aliasing mode, 8x MSAA, okay, and FXAA anti-aliasing mode is fake, so we don't want to touch that. on a real anti-aliasing mode, which is MSA, 8 times maximum possible visuals. I'm going to go ahead and reboot the game. 16K resolution is again. To go ahead and reboot the game, and let's go ahead and have a look, guys. And after that, we're gonna wrap up with this video. I'm going to record another video, and I'm going to install 2 TiTAN RTXs, and I'm going to be after that recorded CSGO with 2 TiTAN RTXs and a SLI through the NVLink just for you guys. And hopefully you're enjoying this. As again, smash that like button. A lot of time, money, energy is invested. It's not that easy, guys. It's 16K resolution is not yet available to mainstream users, and it's 2022, but I would be able to possible to run this in 2019. I just didn't pay that much attention and was recording some older games over the UHD keying. But anyways, it was available since 2018, but throughout the Turing GPU architecture by Nvidia. Keep that in mind. Alright, let's double make sure that video. Look how small my mouse cursor. This is just unbelievable. So resolution 15360 by 8640. Maximum possible preset, 8 times MSA anti-aliasing. Okay, make sure that the Uber shaders are enabled as well. Okay, let's go ahead and run the preset, which is our demo. As again, it was recorded through that final. Every single move was recorded, the data, and now we're just playing the data, but rendering with the game engine and using our computer to render that in 16K resolution. So the best benchmark possible. And just because it's final, which is played by professional, CL _ hoot space 0. Get rid of that nonsense. Here we go. Let's go ahead and have a look. 8 times MSA, 16K resolution, 15,360 times 8,640 pixels rendered in real time. This is unbelievable. You don't need to have any anti-aliasing at 16K resolution, but this is unbelievable. Let me zoom in for you a little bit just to show you. This is zoom in, guys, at that 700%. Check it out. Every single detail will be blurred if you're gonna do something like that at 4K resolution for sure. And even possibility is going to be visible at 8K resolution, but not that clear. But 4K resolution will be blurred. 1080p will be blurred over there for sure. Look at this, above 30 FPS in some cases, but of course not playable, but benchable status. We can see at least not comfortable, but playable. But as you can see, there is a problem with the shaders that not loading correctly somehow. Look like, let me restart it for one more time. I'm going to real quick restart it, because I think if I'm going to restart, it's going to execute the shaders correctly. Let me restart the game as again. So now it's fully understood that it's loaded with 8 times MSA. So you gotta recompile the shaders per cache. So I'll close the game. The game is still running, that's why. So somehow it's still running on the background. You gotta wait till... Oh, okay. You're running. Okay, I executed. Okay, I see what's going on. That's why I didn't pay cache. So the game didn't think it was 8K resolution with 8 times MSA. So now it's fully understand that. So somehow maybe some feature of the game engine didn't compile, right? There is a possibility. Guys, I'm breaking a lot of games in 16K resolution. They fixed the Battlefield 3, thanks God, and now I'm going to show you Battlefield 3 in 16K resolution. Before it wasn't possible because it was lacking at the menu, but I think the game developers saw throughout my video and they fixed that issue. So there is no such a bug any longer. So 8 times MSA, everything maximum possible visuals. Okay, let's go ahead and have a look, and let me go ahead and execute that. So grand final match 103, as usual, that I'm testing all the time. This is how we're gonna do it. And this again, I'm going to record the same level with the Gedosato tool, with the TiTAN RTX single and 2 TiTAN RTXs in the slide and 16K resolution, so we can see the difference, because the RTX 2080 Ti single and RTX 2080 Ti CL hoot space 0 wasn't possible. I didn't use the Nvidia DSR in that type of video capture. So I use the Gedosato. So we gotta compare, just to compare the Titan RTX versus the RTX 2080 Ti. But believe me guys, at least 10%, and especially when we're talking 2 RTX 2080 Ti video cards and 2 Titan RTX video cards, the advantage will be 512 CUDA cores and the higher bandwidth on the GDDR6, and you're gonna feel it, especially when we're talking this 16K resolution. But it's nice to find out and see that, right, and see if it's the case or not. But as you can see, I just executed the game, but still the shader on the guns are not loaded correctly with 8 times MSA, and there is a possibility that GDDR6 video RAM is not fast enough. So video memory is not fast enough, GDDR6, to compile the shaders with the 16K resolution 8 times MSA, because as you can see, the shaders on some guns are not visible yet. It didn't went through the compilation yet, so it's not recognizing, and we rebooted the game 2 times. So okay, we can see the Turing GPU architecture, or maybe GDDR6 doesn't have enough bandwidth to compile the shaders in real time in 16K resolution with 8 times MSA. Possibility, maybe not. It depends what kind of approaches the Valve is using in their game engine, in this Counter-Strike Go PC game, or CSGO PC game, or Counter-Strike Global Offensive PC game, whatever you want to call it. Most likely let a source game engine. I'm not not into the source game engines. I didn't play too deep with the source game engine. I saw a couple times with that, but mostly utilized a lot of ID Tech game engine in Quakes and Dooms. This is what I played a lot, and X-Ray game engine, which is the Stalker, Call of Pripyat, throughout the modding. But I can assume it, guys, through my experience. So yeah, not fast enough. I think GDDR6 or maybe Turing GPU architecture cannot do 8 times MSA properly in 16K resolution. Maybe we're just breaking it. Maybe it's too much. What I find out, when you are forcing the multiplier higher than it can do in 16K resolution, it's not simply not using that, because you can see by the FPS you're receiving the same FPS. But we are utilizing somehow something, because you can see by the FPS at the right top corner, but the shaders is not compiled correctly, because the shaders on the guns and knife, even, it should be rose knife, rose color, kind of dark red and rose combination camo. It's not there, so there is a problem. Anyways guys, I underlined everything what you need to know. Let me show you, actually, before I'm gonna let you go. Let me close out this. We saw the first, I showed it to you, we saw the first 16K resolution in Counter-Strike Go, and this is the real one, look like CSGO PC game. Let me show you real quick my I'm just going to execute right here the GPU Z and show you what's up under the GPU Z. As you can see, magnifier tool, zoom tool under 700%, and everything crystal clear. This is what's going on under 16K resolution. You can zoom in, zoom out, check it out. So as you can see, 179 gigapixels pixel frame rate. This is based on GPU. The faster GPU, the faster gigapixels per second. So it can push 179 gigapixels per second rendered in real time through the Nvidia GPU, Turing GPU architecture. Amazing. So above 16K resolution can be rendered. I would say like 24K resolution can be rendered. But through the Java, through the CPU, I rendered, but not through the real time 42K resolution, which was 1.2 terapixels, something like that. It was 700 megapixels rendered in real time. Anyways, this is the video RAM, 538 gigatexels per second, how much it can push. Textual fill rate, refresh textual fill rate real quick, and bandwidth 768 gigabytes per second, not gigabits per second, but gigabytes per second. If gigabits times 8, so gigabytes per second, 768 gigabytes per second bandwidth. Unbelievable, guys. I achieve 100 gigabytes per second, more than my DDR4 is capable to push over here, as you can see, 50 gigabytes per second or 50,000 megabytes per second, double of that we achieve just through overclocking our VRAM. Let me bring the TiTAN RTX to stock and you will see immediately this value. Pixel fill rate went to 169 gigapixel per second, and textile fill rate went 509 gigatextile per second, and bandwidth went to 672 instead of 675, so 100 gigabytes per second just through the overclock. Single TiTAN RTX was used. Secondary video card is not installed, about to be installed, so go ahead and check it out. Don't forget, this is the real deal, guys. You saw, as again, everything what you need to see, and today's date. Let me show you today's date, but as again, it doesn't matter what today's date is. 1/23, January 23rd 2022, Sunday. And yeah, it's possible in 2018 with Turing GPU architecture. Most likely RTX 2080 Ti not going to be able to reach with 8 times MSA for sure, and most likely maybe not high preset with 16K resolution, but it's possible at low preset, as you saw throughout the video RAM usage, and most likely possible at medium preset, and it's possible at maximum preset with Gedosato tool. But as again, Gedosato tool is not utilizing the VRAM correctly. And go ahead and check out that video right now, putting for you in the video description to check it out. Video comments, click on it, check it out, smash that like button, smash the like button here, share it with your CSGO friend, and guys, respect me, support me, subscribe for more great videos over the UHDking.com. Till the next time, have a fantastic 2022, and check out my YouTube channel for more great videos. All right, they're gonna bring the value, dedicated to bring the value to the watcher. I will see you guys in the next videos. UHD King, till the next time.